Hello, and welcome to Health and Fitness Redefined. I'm your host, Anthony Amen. Join me today as we take a dive into the world of health and fitness, where we learn how to overcome adversity, depict fact versus fiction, and see health and fitness in a whole new light. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I know, I say this a lot, but we have a very, very, very special guest for all of you. That is right. His name is Austin Cohen, and he came out with an absolutely phenomenal product that I want all of you to hear about. I want all of you to use, and we're just going to dive right into it. So without further ado, let's welcome Austin Cohen from FlexIt. Austin, welcome to the show, man.
Anthony, thanks for having me here today. It's a pleasure and an honor, and I hope that I can live up to the kind opening that you left the audience with there.
I got to be honest, man, you will, because I heard a little about you, and I'm excited to do this show. I'm excited for everyone else to hear some things I've heard. I'm excited to dive deeper into topics. So I don't know if you can sense the excitement off my voice.
Well, it's mutual, and I'm pumped to be here with you. Looking forward to talking with you and the audience. Love fitness. Been an athlete my whole life, played sports in college. So anything I can do to help more people get fit, get healthy, share my story, share FlexIt's story, we're here for it.
That's exactly where I want to start. I like starting from square one. So I want to talk about Austin pre-FlexIt, pre-exercise. What got you into working out? What has fitness been like for you personally? Just tell us a little about yourself from day one.
Love to. Much like yourself, from Long Island originally, so New Yorker the whole way through. Like I said, big sports fan, played sports my whole life. There's something for folks post-playing collegiate sports where fitness, just working out, running, lifting weights, just helps push that competitive spirit forward as we mature and get older. So I've been an avid weightlifter and runner for many years now. Personally, love emerging companies, growth, innovation. I've spent about half my career in the venture capital world, the other half operational and scaling early stage companies. And it's been a blast getting FlexIt going and where it is today. One of the cooler part of our journeys has been that I have been able to drive this business forward with one of my business partners and our chief operating officer, Justin Turetsky, who I met the very first day of college playing basketball at Columbia University. So it's awesome to look back and see what a pickup basketball game 15 years was able to materialize into. Justin and I spent our 20s working out with one another, going to one another's gyms. So a lot of those experiences that we've had and that passion for fitness has informed what we're here doing and our mission and everything that we're building and delivering to customers.
I want to talk about something you just kind of skimmed over. It's so easy, and I'm so impressed. You're like, oh, it was nothing. You failed to mention you went to Columbia University, got your degree in neuroscience, and then went on to get your master's degree. Well, that's insane, man.
It all feels like very long ago. Columbia holds a very special place in my heart. I did both my undergrad and my MBA at Columbia. Columbia has been an amazing supporter and partner to and for FlexIt. There are a number of Columbia University and Columbia Business School team members here. Much of our senior leadership team is also graduates of Columbia. So it's been really amazing. Hindsight's 2020, but just looking back at the experiences that I had academically and seeing what an amazing partner that my undergraduate and business school have been to me and to the company. And the experiences going to school in Manhattan were informative and just have become a big part of who I am, who Justin is, and has left significant imprint on FlexIt.
So just out of curiosity, before we dive into FlexIt a little more, what made you transition? Because I'm looking at this, I'm like neuroscience and behavior over to your MBA. what happened in there? Was there like an initial rush to go something towards like neuroscience, like psychology, or did you just kind of change around?
Yeah, you're taking me back a lot of years here. But happy to travel that time. So I was a neuroscience major. I was a pre-medical student, and I thought that I was on a path to becoming a doctor. Um, I definitely always had a passion for health. I think that I learned in the latter portion of college that my passion for health was much more health than it was medicine. And so as I progressed through my years at Columbia, I learned and realized that I didn't want to be a physician, but I did want to help people, to help people get healthier, to live better lives. So my first job out of college was actually in healthcare consulting and working
Awesome.
with healthcare startups, emerging companies, which got me really into venture capital. Spent a lot of time out in San Francisco, and then it kind of just progressed from there. And I went to work in venture for a couple of years, and then kind of full circle, coming back to my true passion, which is health, fitness, sports, and enter FlexIt. So initially thought when I was growing up, when I was younger, early days in college, that I would be a physician, but learned over time that my passion was more in health than in medicine. So it's crazy to look back at a journey that's not necessarily a direct linear path, but every experience shapes the next one. And I was a neuroscience and behavior major in college, and I love that subject matter, and I think it's informed so much of what I've done, despite the fact that I didn't go down the path of becoming a physician.
Yeah, we were so alike, man. I'm just thinking about the college ages, and I'm just like, yeah, went to school for meteorology, then into math education, then thought I wanted to be a doctor. Then I helped fix myself over an injury. Then all of a sudden it was, all right, what about psychology? And before I knew it, I found myself in the health and fitness world and owning a gym and doing this. So
I like to say
I
it's
love
a small world, even smaller fitness industry that we share. What kind of injury did you have?
I fell backwards on ice, herniated every disc in my neck. Was told by 25 doctors that I would never be able to live a normal life again. I'd be on pain medicines the rest of my life. I couldn't raise my shoulder above 90 degrees. And so didn't want to believe it. And I fixed myself, man. That's what it was all about. That's how I fell in love with fitness.
I haven't herniated every disc, but I have herniated 5, 6, and 6, 7. So
yeah, you understand that.
Parallels continue.
The parallels continue. So now I want to dive into FlexIt. So tell us how that started. So tell us what year you decided on this, and go ahead, your story.
Yeah. So spent a lot of time really thinking about the opportunity. 2017, formed the company in 2018, and we launched FlexIt in 2019. So really, really amazing growth from our launch in 2019 through March 2020 when COVID hit, which was an inflection point for the company, which I'll come back to. But when we started FlexIt, the premise was that consumers, specifically millennials, Gen Zers, are able to and have been conditioned to access everything at their fingertips, right? Smartphones, using apps, food, transportation, hospitality, hyper a la carte. That was not traditionally true, and that type of access was not feasible in the fitness industry. So I spent a lot of time trying to understand why that was the case, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out a model that would help gym owners and gym operators to cater to the trends of millennials and Gen Zers, to attract this young audience and to cater to the way the folks have been conditioned to access in other verticals. So I spent a lot of time doing research, looking at both sides of the marketplace, and we came out with a model that we started to build, like I said, in 2018, brought to the world in 2019, where consumers could walk into any gym that's on our platform across the country. Currently are set up at gyms in over 25 states. We've got thousands of facilities on the platform. Customers walk in and they try the facility that they're not a member at, and they pay for their time in the facility using a smartphone. So iOS, Android, scan in on our tech at the front desk, and go. So we like to say scan, show, and go. You walk in, you use the app, you check in, and you're on the clock paying for your time in the gym as a consumer. You can take any of the classes, use any of the amenities. If you stay for 20 minutes, you're paying for 20 minutes worth of time. If you stay for 3 hours, you're paying for 3 hours worth of time. You sign no paperwork. There's no friction at the front desk. You just scan, show, and go. So it's the most seamless way to totally unencumbered work out at any gym that's on our platform. And it was amazing, fast growing. The premise for us was we wanted to make sure that customers could access comfortably in a non-intimidating way that was in line with how they were consuming everything else in their lives. And we drove that business forward, and it's still alive today, which is awesome. But we had the opportunity during COVID to supplement that business when the gyms closed with a new virtual business. So living in one ecosystem on the web, on the phone, is our flexible gym access tool and what we call virtual personal training, which we've spent the last year during COVID building out, where consumers can train live, one-on-one, or in small groups with trainers from the best brands across the country. And we really see ourselves as revolutionizing the way that people are working out. We have this one-stop shop that is entirely predicated on flexibility, empowerment, and comfort for anyone who's looking to work out. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner to working out or if you're an athlete, ex-athlete, we've got solutions that fit and work for all sizes. And it's just a rare, unique opportunity. And we feel really fortunate to step out ahead and continue to run and try to own the space.
I love it. I want to talk about the first thing you guys worked on, which was getting people back into local gyms back in 2017 when you launched. As a gym owner, I understand that it's intimidating for customers to come in. I've worked at a lot of facilities where someone walks into and it's sell. And I know that intimidates a lot of people when they walk into a facility because they don't want to be confronted by a salesperson. So I like the idea that they can say, hey, I paid for this outside on my phone. I don't have to deal with anybody. I can avoid the salespeople. Let me in. Thank you. Have a nice day. And do their own thing and then leave. Is that correct?
That is correct with our product. There are some folks who may feel comfortable being approached by salespersons. There are some who may not be as comfortable. We take a step back separate from FlexIt. There are operators now that don't sell the way that traditional operators used to. And it's much more consultative and comfortable. And you're not walking in and having a salesperson talking to you directly. So it's not one size fits all. Every club, chain, operator, local facility has a different process.
Absolutely.
For us, there are those consumers that you describe who may want to buy a membership. They just may not want to be sold in the traditional way, or they want to try before buying, and they want this frictionless, different way of accessing because they're so accustomed to accessing using an Airbnb, an Uber, a DoorDash, whoever else it is. And so we can help to cater to that preference and trend through our technology. And top of mind for us on this product from day zero has always been that we want to create a comfortable environment. We want a tool that the club operators and owners can leverage so that we're an extension of their marketing departments. So we set our incentives to be aligned with those of the gyms that are in and on our network, because we're really committed to helping them to better market, to touch more people, to be able to cater to folks who may not want to access in the traditional way. And, paramount to everything that we do is our network of club partners. So whether it's on brick and mortar or if it's on the virtual product, all of the access is through these partners that we put onto our platform. And our partners range from local facilities one-offs in the markets that we're live in, all the way to regional chains and large national chains, like your Blink Fitness, like your 24-Hour Fitness. And again, not one size fits all. So there's different solutions that work for different types of customers. And we're here trying to cater to folks who are looking for those types of solutions. So yeah, a lot of what we're doing is designed to solve for the operator and the consumer the perception that you just described that can come up in the industry.
Yeah, which is that's the whole reason I brought it up. I wanted to explain it. It's different across the field, but I know a lot of people feel that way, even though it might necessarily be true. I know a lot of people, I get that a lot. I don't want to go to a gym because I don't want to be harassed or whatever. Maybe they had a bad experience when they were younger, whatever it is. It just to show it is different. And if you're still not comfortable, here's another solution for you to try out different places. Maybe you just moved to an area and there's 4 local gyms and you want to go try all of them out. This is a way you can go by a couple minutes here and there, try a few facilities before you make your mind up.
Exactly.
The other thing I was thinking about is traveling, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit because this is where my mind's going to. Let's say I go on a vacation to Jersey or wherever it is, and I wanted to find a local gym. Is this something you guys are catering towards the travel industry to help someone work out? Because hotel gyms, man, we have all been there.
So interesting that you bring that up. More interesting just given timing now. Some folks may still not feel comfortable going to a hotel gym given everything with COVID. Enter either of our products. So you can use the virtual product from the confines of your hotel room. But yeah, if you want a full rack of weights and you don't want to hit the set that you've got in the gym, you can open up our app, see the different pins on the map, which show the gyms that are near wherever you are, and you can go pick and choose the facility that you want to use. Now, I would say that Travelers is a use case, but it's not the primary use case. Really, our demo on the flexible gym access product is your working professional in whatever market that you're in who's looking to work out near their home or wherever they work, right? So Travelers is definitely a use case, especially in major metropolitan areas. We'll see Travelers, but our focus is on people in cities who are living or working in the vicinity of the facilities that we partner with.
I love it. Now let's dive into the new one. COVID hit. You're like, oh man, gyms are closed. So what was that like for you when you realized that gyms are closed and we need to do something and we need to make a move? Kind of walk us through that process of how you were thinking about helping from the consumer side, and then talk to us a little more in detail about the virtual personal training and stuff you guys offer.
First, I'll say that whoever you are in the industry and whatever part of the industry that you're playing, I think that we're all aligned in that we never would have imagined a time where every gym in the country was closed on the same day or set of few days indefinitely, which was a wild experience for all involved. And for some and many negative, and for some who were fortunate, positive. So we were actually not the first to respond. I think a lot of what happened when COVID hit was that people very quickly responded. Companies released new products, brands, influencers, individuals started hosting live stream workouts, a lot of folks getting into pre-recorded content. We were very measured. We talked a bit about sports here today. So for sports fans out there, we were calm in the pocket, to analogize. And we quickly learned over a set of a couple of weeks, once COVID got really heavy here in the States back in March 2020, that there were primarily 3 categories across which fitness was changing and really accelerating. That's live stream workouts, pre-recorded and on-demand workouts, and hardware at home. And the common theme to us across all 3 of those categories was that the experiences are nearly entirely asynchronous, meaning that the communication between individuals on the 2 sides of the screen or on the many sides of the screen is one way. Synchronous activity is when a consumer and a trainer can see one another, can talk to one another. There can be feedback that's provided, form can be corrected. So we saw a niche, an opening in the market to own what we like to call live, 2-way communication in virtual fitness. There's comparables for live 2-way communication in many other verticals. But in fitness, there really was not a leader in the category. And we said that we wanted to step out and leverage our technology, our brand partners and their trainers, and build a solution that can help consumers to get this very personalized, non-intimidating way to have an optimal experience to work out from home. And we launched what we call virtual personal training. For us, we did so sooner than we'd been expecting to, but we had a tool that we launched at the beginning of 2020 that we call FlexIt Training, where customers could go to our gyms and as non-members, as FlexIt customers, receive access to the trainers at the facilities. So we already had technology for consumers, for trainers, and that paired consumers and trainers from our gym partners so that these customers could take in-person personal training sessions at the gyms. So we had payment processing, scheduling, fully integrated system that matched consumers and trainers. So the natural next step for us was to build our own video conferencing technology into the product, to sync our app, which is really apps, iOS and Android for mobile, for tablet, with the web, so that there was a seamless process so the customer or trainer could book or update scheduling and availability in the app. It would reflect on the web, maybe book in the app, take a session on the web, book on the web, take a session on a tablet app, mobile app, whatever it might be. And from there, we had brand partners whose trainers had availability, gyms were closed, maybe furloughed, laid off, were looking for revenue opportunities. And so we built a marketplace of the brands and their trainers, and we started to deliver these experiences to consumers, and it grew very quickly from there. So for us as a business, it's been great to add the virtual personal training line over the last year. Just as, and more important, is that we've been able to change people's lives over the last year during a very stressful time, one where people were socially constrained, one where people were very sick, and one where there was much psychological toll that people took. We were able to help folks get fit, realize they could work out successfully from home, motivate them, keep them on track. And so virtual personal training is all about personalization, motivation, and accountability. And for us, this is a key driver of our business. And moving forward, like I said a few minutes ago, we're very excited to have both the out-of-home and virtual products in the same ecosystem.
I got two questions for you. Two I'm just thinking about here, and I'm just like, oh, these are good ones. So I'm going to start with my personal favorite because it involves personal training. Haha, pun. But as far as a consumer standpoint, I'm looking at whether it's virtual training or it's in-person training. Is there any criteria that you guys have showing what trainers' credentials are? So is it maybe they have degrees, maybe they have certain certifications, anything like that can help a consumer kind of pick, or any kind of specialty? Maybe your trainer is good at post-rehab, or maybe your trainer is good working with special needs, anything like that specializes them out?
So really good questions. Consumers can interact with us digitally, so they can consume. They can get on a training plan through AI that our system is powered by. They can also speak live with one of our wellness and performance coaches. We intake information about our customers or prospective customers to learn about what their goals are, what their fitness history is, so that we can tailor the experience and that they've had in the past to whatever they're looking for, so that we can get them the results that they desire. We have everything from personal trainers that specialize in strength training to HIIT to lower intensity workouts like bar Pilates. We have folks who specialize in recovery, stretching, meditation. We have dietitians on the platform. So we have everything across the spectrum, and we're trying to help people generally get more fit, live healthier lives. Some folks are looking to work out with a trainer. They're also looking to be paired with a dietitian. So the program is not one size fits all. Based on the intake of information, both purely digitally and then with assist through live chat with one of the folks from our team or with one of our performance and wellness coaches on the phone, we're going to help put the right trainers and the right plan together for the folks that are coming to work out with us.
I love it. So just kind of clarify, like, as a consumer, I'm hopping on and either downloading the app or I'm going to the website, whatever I use to access the web, and I'm going to approach your website and see a form that I can uptake. And then with the form, it gets sent over to a health and wellness coach who has an initial consult with me. And then I get paired off. Is that correct?
Yeah. So those are the two paths. As a customer, app or website, you can straight away schedule a consult. You can take our goals quiz where we learn about what you're looking to do. And then you can consume. You can digitally get a package, a program with us, with a trainer that we are going to recommend is right for you, or you can live chat or jump on a phone call with one of the members of our team to further tailor your goals and what you're looking for so that we can fit what you're looking for and meet those needs.
Love it. And what's the future, man? Where are we going with this? What's the future for FlexIt?
Well, I feel like there's been a lot of thought on both ends of the spectrum over the last year. Some folks have said that brick and mortar fitness is dead. Some folks have said that virtual fitness is past the peak of its hype cycle. The future of fitness has a place and role for both. So gyms aren't going anywhere. At the end of the day, you can't really strength train the same way at home that you can in a gym, right? Most people can't have a rack of 0 to 100 pound dumbbells. Most people can't have a jungle gym at their home. So there's a place for both. And so the future of fitness is an integrated ecosystem where people are consuming different styles. People are going to brick and mortar fitness. They're leaving their homes. They're running outside. They're using virtual fitness tools, both in the home and out of the home. One of the things that we're really excited about that we've seen is folks going to gyms and actually using virtual solutions, walking around that facility, maybe with a virtual trainer in their hand. So for us, it's that one-stop shop where everything's in one house, which is akin to the way that we envision fitness being consumed as we move beyond and out of COVID.
I love it. So it's a one-stop shop, winner take all. And on there, just because you kind of talked about the experience on the mobile device, as a consumer, I have a profile which shows like my height, my weight, and body fat, and all that, and we could track and update that.
Of course.
Love it.
So health profiling, user profiles, all very important. Same thing about trainer profiles, so that the consumer can get to know the trainers. You actually can see videos of the trainers before you decide to match with them. So all that stuff's covered, really trying to be this one-stop shop to help people get really fit, to help people get healthy. Today, just for you and the rest of the audience, if anyone is looking to work out with us, please, to get your first session on us, exclusive here, mention the name of the podcast to one of our performance coaches if you schedule a consultation with us, and you will receive your first session on FlexIt.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you. And I always ask my guests, man, at the last end tail bit of this, I want you to give us some inspiration to help those that maybe aren't exercising, aren't dieting, doing anything like that right now. What piece of advice can you leave these people to say, hey, I'm here for you? Go at it.
So our mission has always been to create flexible options for people to feel empowered and to work out on their terms. It's never too late. Everyone can move. No matter what that movement is or the extent of that movement, and even just doing a little bit or a little more each day is better than the prior. So one of the biggest motivating things to me is I just don't believe in no. To me, no means not now. And so to anyone who's been hesitant, it's not too late. If you've told yourself no in the past, that was a not now and you weren't ready, but give it a try now. And I'm here. Please reach out to me, our team. Happy to give advice, aspiring entrepreneurs, folks who want to work out. But even just a little bit more than the prior day is always going to be helpful, is always going to help move things in positive direction. So chin up. No never means no, means not now, and it's never too late to start.
Thank you for that. And guys, I just want to thank Austin for that wonderful offer. He's given everyone a free session. Just mentioned Health and Fitness Redefined podcast when you have your show. I really appreciate that. And you can find FlexIt on every device, on your website, and any other way people can get in contact you if they want.
Reach out to us on our website. You can email info@flexit, FLEXIT.FIT, info@flexit.fit. Schedule a consult. Reach out to us through the website. Live chat with us on the website or call our main line. Happy to chat anytime. Appreciate the time today, Anthony. Appreciate all of the folks in the audience, and look forward to a future where people are able to get out of the house and work out again, and to whatever the future of fitness holds us, because with more and growing technology, we're all going to be better suited to get more fit and live healthier lives.
And thank you guys for joining us on this week's episode of Health and Fitness Redefined. Don't forget, subscribe to our show and join us next week as we dive deeper into this ever-changing field. And remember, fitness is a journey, not a destination. Thanks for coming on, Austin. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much for having me.